I'm Donna Blanchard, and this is your ThinkTech news for Tuesday, March 24th, 2015. A German jetliner on a routine flight to Dusseldorf from Barcelona crashed in the French Alps this morning with 144 passengers and 6 crew members. One of 2 black boxes on board was found, but details are still forthcoming. The plane was operated by a budget subsidiary of Lufthansa and was a Germanwings Airbus A320, Flight 9525. Search and rescue teams are combing the crash site, which is in a remote and rugged part of the Alps in southeastern France. About 4,900 troops in Afghanistan who were expecting to return home soon will now be staying there longer, perhaps through the end of the year. President Obama's plan was to pull out 9,800 of our troops this year, but he changed that plan after Afghan President Ashraf Ghani implored him not to. In a news conference with Mr. Ghani this morning, President Obama said, "I've decided that we will maintain our current posture of 9,800 troops through the end of this year. This flexibility reflects our reinvigorated partnership with Afghanistan." He went on to say that the extension was needed in part so we don't have to go back, so we don't have to respond in an emergency because terrorist activities are being launched out of Afghanistan, and that the extension was in part due to the lengthy period it took for Afghans to form their new government. President Ghani expressed his gratitude to the American troops and taxpayers for their support and said the extension would allow his military to better prepare for the total withdrawal of U.S. forces still scheduled for the end of 2016. Yesterday, the Wall Street Journal reported that Israel was spying on the closed-door talks between the U.S. and other major powers in negotiations to curtail Iran's nuclear program. The report alleged that senior White House officials learned of the spy operation, which was part of a broader campaign by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government to penetrate the negotiations and build a case against the emerging terms of the deal. The report went on to state, in quotes, allegedly from a senior U.S. official briefed on the matter, that it is one thing for the U.S. and Israel to spy on each other. It's another thing for Israel to steal U.S. secrets and play them back to U.S. legislators to undermine U.S. diplomacy. This, of course, is referring to the unorthodox invitation to Mr. Netanyahu to address a joint session of Congress a few weeks ago, and subsequent letter to leaders of Iran from 47 Republican senators suggesting that an agreement made with President Obama may not stand once he is no longer in office. Today, top Israeli ministers denied that their intelligence services spied on the closed-door negotiation. Defense Minister Moshe Yaalon stated at a pre-Passover toast that he checked and found no complaint from the United States to Israeli intelligence services about such spying, and noted that there is a strict prohibition on that. That report comes from a transcript provided by Mr. Yaalon's office. Avigdor Lieberman, Israel's foreign minister, called the Wall Street Journal report incorrect and inaccurate, but hinted that Israel may have gleaned information about the talks from spying on the Iranian side. He said on Army radio this morning, clearly the state of Israel has various security interests, and clearly we have good intelligence services. We do not spy on the United States. There are enough elements involved, such as Iranian elements, first and foremost. The Wall Street Journal report also contends that Mr. Netanyahu and his team were incensed to discover through their intelligence networks that Secretary of State John Kerry held secret talks last fall with his Iranian counterpart, and that Israel's closest ally, the U.S., has been tight-lipped about the talks to which Israel was not invited. Britain, France, Germany, Russia, China, the European Union, and Iran each have large teams of negotiators involved. I'm Donna Blanchard, and this has been your ThinkTech News for Tuesday, March 24th, 2015. Ahui ho.